Okay, a lot of people are afraid to put out content, and they know they oughta. They're at a point where they know they oughta, but they're just afraid to put it out. And there are a lot of particular fears for that. Let me kind of go over them because the idea is to get you over the fear of creating content in the first place, writing audio, video, or otherwise. Let's talk about the basics here. A lot of people are afraid to put out content because they want their friends and family to see, right? Well, first of all, if I put out a new domain right now and I put out my content, or even if I just hopped on WordPress or anything else, and put out content. You're not going to find it unless I tell you where it is. You're not going to find it. This is the biggest problem on the internet today with trying to make money is nobody finds your website. If I didn't tell you what it was, you're not going to find it. So don't be so afraid. If you're worried about your wife or your husband spilling the beans, ask them not to. Don't be afraid that your friends and family are going to see a work in progress that you're doing. Just call it a hobby. And some people say, well, what if they search for me by name on Google? There's two bits to that. One, man, do a search for your own name on Google sometime. Okay, just see how unique your name really is. Fact of the matter is, you probably couldn't find yourself that way either. And then finally, beyond that, if you're using your name on your website, that's fine. But if you don't want people to be able to search Google for it, turn it into a picture. Type your name out on a Word doc and then use something like Snagit or whatever image capturing software and just kind of like capture a little square around your name and then stick that picture into your page. And so your name isn't really print, it's an image. That means that if somebody goes to Google and types in your name, Google didn't see that print anywhere. They just saw the picture of it. Okay, and for those of you who are worried about spam when you put your email address out on your website, the exact same thing. You can go ahead and put the image out. There's better ways of handling that too. There's little snippets of code you can rewrite that do funny little calculations that make the link clickable and stuff for real. Except that it has a bit of programming in it so that auto scraping software that's trying to just get email addresses isn't going to actually recognize that there's an email address on the page, even though it looks and acts perfectly natural. So it's neat stuff. You can do searches for that. A lot of people are sort of afraid of putting out content that others did before. They just simply say, I don't have anything new to say. Somebody already wrote about how to build the better or how to grow the better tomato or whatever the case may be. First of all, look at competitors online. They intrinsically know you're wrong. If you find one automated Forex software you can download and use, you'll find another one. And it's not like one is necessarily better than the other. It may be that one just operates differently than the other. Maybe you even want to use both. The fact of the matter is anybody who's interested in a theme kind of reassures themselves that they know everything they know by staying in the game. And they also kind of remind themselves to stay in the game by continually buying more of the same. Okay, people keep buying more variants to add to their resource library of all the same things that are out there. It's really cool. So the fact of the matter is people are not responding to you because of the content. They're responding to you because of your voice. You're sort of shortcutting by being you. You can't put all the content in. Becoming an expert at something requires like 10,000 hours of doing it. There's no way that you're going to learn from me in a couple of hours, 10,000 hours worth of expertise. Okay, but I can shortcut a lot of things for you. I can kind of point you in the right direction so you start off on faith, and then as you start to do it, you develop the expertise on your own. It's pretty efficient because instead of just trying to go completely on your own, just into the blind dark, you're kind of being pointed in a direction and you pick up enough to glean that that's got to be the right direction. So now you're sort of using that attitude. I'm going to keep moving in this direction, and you're going to grow sort of faster that way. And that's all good. But never be afraid of putting out content because you think someone else did it. Put it out with your own voice. Most of my guys tell me they buy my stuff because I come across as honest, and they buy my stuff because I resonate with them. And they just, when they listen to me, it makes sense. They sort of pick it out of my voice, and I've got my market that way. Don't think you're trying to get everyone on earth. You never will. There isn't a thing out there that gets everyone on earth except for perhaps, yeah, not even Microsoft anymore. Used to be that way. But, Mac's picking up tons of share now, and Oracle, and Linux, and whatever else. There is no one thing. So you're going to pick up a healthy chunk of people. There's like 20 personality types out there in any one culture and so forth. And you're going to pick up your share of those 20, 1 in 20. And the other 19 are going to say, your stuff isn't for me for whatever reason. It's too complex. It's too easy. It's too long-winded. It's not long-winded enough. Some people absolutely hate long-windedness. Other people love it because it adds context. The more they just sort of passively listen to a guy like me ramble, the more it fills in all these chinks just real fast. It's sort of an efficient way to flood you with training that tries to help you grab 10,000 hours worth of expertise in 2 hours, or at least get you quite a ways into it. Again, there's no way to just pull it off. I mean, it's just too much stuff. All right, let me get further. Um, Market voice. Do you hard sell or soft sell? And everybody's sort of used to the idea that you hard sell, right? Use the web page as money raining down. It's got mansions and fast cars and boats and people leaping in the air laughing and people lying out on the beaches. And the fact of the matter is, um, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, when the economy was strong, people would just fly through those anyway, just saying, if I get 10 of them, one of them's bound to work. The fact of the matter is, none of them probably will, all right? Because probably everybody using that method is lying to you in the first place, right? Because they all just realize that method sells, and they don't have to do anything if they can just sell you that method. And that's why you keep buying tools and they keep not working. It's because the whole market is flooded with this sort of corrupt attitude. And then half of it is just you don't know enough to realize the limits of the thing you're getting. So you know enough to say, okay, this thing will do something for me, but you don't know what comes after that or what comes along with that. Fact of the matter is, there's a lot to learn with getting online anyway. You got to glean it as you go. That's why you try to get as much training as you can, listen to as many points of view as you can, and go for the long-winded guys as well as the guys who go sharp right to the point. Because you put these pieces together as you go along. Get a point from one guy. Some other guy expounds on it, and all of a sudden you smack your head and say, I thought I understood that point before, but now I really get it. It's amazing how often that happens. So do you hard sell or soft sell? There's a massive market that's gotten tired of buying stuff that pitches them the same point of view. It shows them a lot of money raining down, big mansions, big cars, big boats, stacks of cash, grinning, smiling guys in suits with their thumbs up, winking at you, and that stuff is falling apart. It's falling away. And it's being replaced with people who are just simply suspicious of it all. They feel like they bought it before and it didn't work for them the last time. And every time they keep trying to get this push button one way of making a lot of money, it doesn't work. And truth be told, if there is the push button make a lot of money, no one's going to sell it to you, because the moment they start to sell it to you and you start to do it the exact same way, it changes the dynamics and it kills the thing. It worked for the first 2 or 5 or 10 guys, but it doesn't work for them all. Anyone that's not really clear on that, watch that Internet Biz Ops Skew video I have on our website, right? I just got that thing out, and it's sort of a really big deal. It's a whole lot of stuff. It's like 3 straight hours, right? You can just shortcut it by getting the, instead of going through all the videos, and you don't need to see videos so much for this. You can just click on this and get the download that's MP3, and you can stick it on your iPod, listen to it or something like that whenever you feel like it. Just listen to it in chunks. You'll pick up a lot from it. I go over a lot of models online and why they're flawed and how to recognize them. How to recognize when it's the same stupid thing in a different stupid skin. And you'll quit searching in the wrong places. If you do that, it can really save you months and months, especially if you're really not clear on basics. If you don't know why safe lists fail you, if you don't know why website traffic exchangers fail you, or a variety of MLM models, or PTR programs, or SEO experts who charge you now, if you don't understand the why part, the why these things fail you, then you don't recognize these models in different skins. You don't recognize, you might say, okay, I'll avoid website traffic exchangers and safe lists because you said so. But you need to understand why that fails you and why that fails you and why certain of these and those fail you, so that when you see them in different skins, you get it. It's a big deal. Now, there's a huge and growing market of people who are completely suspicious of fast, easy ways to make things happen. All right, everybody wants it. Everyone's lured to it. But most people have gotten to the point where they just don't trust it anymore. Big deal. All right, so that market is huge. Guys will listen to you ramble for a while if you're good at something, or if you have a point or two to make about something. It adds to their 10,000 hours of expertise. All right, so that they can finally make a lot of money doing something. Okay, now finally, subconscious fear of infringing on others' copyrights, trademarks, and patents. I'm going to leap right into that in another video, and what I'm going to do is use something like just anything. I absolutely want to take it away from the realm of the realm of a biz op even. I just want to say, okay, here's something that's a little more formal.